Just throw it at the thing you want it to do or attack, and it just did it.
He comes back, though, no, me grab the drink.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, did you pull the trigger?
What?
Did
He's grabbing a drink. He'll be back.
you get anything with the
No. I'm no. I stayed strong. Stuff I wanted, but no.
You know, every year I wonder, like, why do I get sick of, like, Thanksgiving food? What's up?
Perseus is like $600.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wonder, like, why I get sick of, like, Thanksgiving food every year. I like Thanksgiving food. Like, every single, like, the turkey portion, I like ham, I like stuffing, I like all that shit. And now I'm remembering, and I do this every year, I remember. Because I'm fucking eating it for 4 days over again as the leftovers.
You're doing it wrong. You can't just straight up eat it the same way. You can't do it. Where are we going?
Cousins.
Ooh.
Right?
It doesn't. It does. It literally doesn't.
Ooh, my hold on. Now look.
I can swap.
Yeah, I usually get sick of the Thanksgiving leftovers by about day 2 or 3.
Yeah, like I'm already done with them.
Yeah,
It's day 2 now. I'm like,
and I'm just like, yeah, you can.
When you guys do like leftovers, do you just eat it like the same, or do you do like different stuff,
What do you mean? Like,
like sandwiches or soup?
oh, like the turkey, yeah. But there's only so much you can do with green bean casserole. Casserole.
Ooh, okay. I need to kill Jawa there.
but, but actually, you might be in luck. There might be 100% boss spawn route, so.
Dude, have you done the event for Thanksgiving?
No.
Dude, we did. I did.
Apparently, the guns are very good.
I've been meaning to, but every time I go load up Star Citizen, I get hit with a bug, or like I get hit with something. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm just getting frustrated with it, and I think it's because like I'm trying to play a game that at points is broken, which I understand. It's an alpha. I'm not gonna fucking complain about it. But like my thing is there isn't anything new. It is still save stat. I want save Pyro or explore Pyro or Operation Pyro's new. Go fucking enjoy yourself again. I don't know.
And yeah, for sure. I did the first 3 years like doing it, so it was a blast. Um, it, and I think with the changes, I'm gonna probably maybe throw it up tonight. Before I go to bed. But I think Sunday I'm gonna do a good sleep. And
and getting them netted out. It's like you just said, Pyro's coming in less than a month. Like, I haven't even bothered upgrading anything past my, like, what I call my shuttles and my, like, daily flies. So, like, my Caterpillar, got that outfitted because, you know, whatever. Got a combat ship outfitted because, you know, again, I want a combat ship. We're going to dorms.
I'm glad I brought a play stroke.
The 1x will be fine. How about a 1x4?
How far do you think it is from here to the
Sniper scav?
yeah?
Yeah, just aim about little, like, aim his forehead and you'll hit him. Who the fuck are you?
He's not even moving. I don't know. I feel like that's weird.
There he goes.
What was he? What was he?
Like 200 meters roughly.
I feel like that's very low.
Well, you gotta keep in mind it's upwards direction we're shooting to, so you don't need to compensate for drop as much. You still need to compensate for drop. By the way, I'm up at the metal shack.
You need to compensate more.
This is Tarkov, not real life. I follow Tarkov logic in my head.
I thought Tarkov was supposed to be, at least for range and stuff, was based off of like actual drop and sounds and stuff. Like that was like when you. I mean, that being said, it depends on your zero. Blah 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 blah. Like my rifle's 0 to 100. So if I'm
Where are you at, by the way?
I'm just crossing the street.
You gotta keep in mind it's gamified, as I call it. It's like, yeah, it's like real life, but it's also a video game. Fucking Nikita is low-key brain dead in his fucking, what's it called, like making of the game. So, you gotta think gaming.
From like the box to the top of that was probably 200. From where I was probably 400.
That's probably 300 roughly.
I had it. Oh, did I not bring my? I didn't. I'm so dumb.
Alright, let me peek first. Let's switch the big back to full.
There you go. But I do need skills.
Yeah, I'm just checking through that here. I'm up on 3rd. I'm gonna go hit up my mark for you. Alright, big money, no whammy. Big money, big money.
in the freaking Palosphere.
Someone's alright.
Yeah, I heard that.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of watching you on your stream on Discord, and that gunshot scared the hell out of me. Like, I turned around in Foul World, like, what the fuck is shooting at me?
Dude, fucking, I've been dead so many times where I forget that I have people's streams open, and I'm listening to it, and then I get scared shitless by like an audio effect. Especially when we're in a call and a couple people are sharing Tarkov streams or whatever, and I'll shoot on my end, but then I'm freaking out because I'm hearing someone shoot, and it sounds like the same one. Who the fuck shooting? And I look over to my other screen and I right click on whoever's streaming, and I'm like, this motherfucker, I didn't mute my fucking audio. So I'm listening to my gunshot 4 times, freaking the fuck out, like, where am I getting shot at from?
Is that you running?
Yeah, I ran for like a moment.
Yeah.
Alright, next up is, the fucking, what's it called?
New
Gas station.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
new gas. Not new. Rochelle only shows up in new.
What direction we can go off? This backside here?
You know what? Actually, we might cut old. Oh, he left. He's about to say goodbye.
Bye. Yeah,
There's someone who said something.
I'm just about to cross the tracks here, so. Da, 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 da. Oh, I thought that was 100% clear, but it's not.
So because there is 100% boss spawns, I think so.
Does that mean basic character speed then?
If this is 100% spawn rate, then we're either about to meet the goons or Rashala.
Or both? Would they both be there?
No.
Yeah, it's still weird hearing your sound and surround sound. Like, just gunshot fought in the distance, I like turned my head.
I think I were right. I hear one.
Like, I don't have leaf muck with the machine gun with me.
Watch out for the guy to your right.
One of my favorite abilities in this game is actually for pretty early pal, you'll get Ping Gullet. You basically shove his ass in a rocket launcher and shoot him like it's. Then he explodes when he hits whatever. But it's like I have him leveled up enough that he doesn't die. So if I do it as my alpha strike, I just pull him back into his sphere, let him heal up while I have my other pals fighting, and then just pull him back out and do it again.
Yeah, Rashala's here.
Where at?
Killed one of his guards. Is that new gas? Come through checkpoint. You know the
Yeah.
cut through?
Yeah, I gotta run back a bit, but yeah. Oh, you. Where am I being shot from? I don't see him.
I got the other one. You double one. You're good.
Thankfully, there's scabs and can't hit a outside the barn door.
Yeah, I just killed one of Rashala's guards, so he's there.
Lumon, don't do it. Don't do it. No, don't. Stay back. Don't touch me. Psychopath pal.
Try to see if I can
What the fuck am I getting shot by? So first of all, I'm getting shot at. There's a group of dudes down this way. I hear you fucking talking, Rashala. I'll come get you in a moment, honey. Actually, you want to go now? Huh?
Oops, messed that up.
Oh, fuck you, Bush. By the way, always, if you're fighting Rashala, and he's at new gas,
I guess there wasn't an end to that sentence.
no, I'm trying to fucking kill like 2 dudes during If you're trying to fight Rashala at new gas, come up here, by the way.
Hurt, caterpillar, or
Maybe.
I'm betting Anvil's gonna put out something to compete with the Ironclad more directly. That's not the Liberator. That leak, what people were talking about for Anvil? Probably not IAE, but some sort of leak.
Some dude is talking mad shit behind me. Fucking goons I'm fighting now too? What the fuck was that? What an SR2 now? What's up? Yeah, I just got started on my playthrough like yesterday.
Oh, nice.
What start did you start with?
For the starter,
Yeah.
I'll admit, I used a couple eggs from like fucking 6 years ago.
What the fuck, Rashala? Sorry.
I started out with lava.
Okay. Nah, I was talking like, wait, Coco, the fucking duck shit, whatever that thing's called.
Always the fire type, brother. Always the fire.
What game are y'all playing?
Scarlet and Violet, we actually started replaying.
Now, if it's not water type, then you're doing it wrong.
I got a couple water types, dude.
you know, SPPS barrel.
I got a fucking Gyarados for like 300 and fucking 56 physical attack and like 3 defense. Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, there's some little fuck dick like right over here that I gotta just slap.
It's like I even play Power World similar to the way I play Pokemon. Water types. Yep. Oh yeah, my wife is like gonna try and kill my computer. Because like I host our game, and she's just like, I'm just gonna keep reading these King Packas over here. Like, please stop.
My wife plays like art. And get a whole somehow get a hold of these
Yeah.
Like, where, how are you doing that shit? And you just line them up and it should work.
He understands how to get mutations.
What am I doing? I don't need more fucking BTFO.
Well, it's like I'm pretty sure my wife's PAL deck for a while there was more complete than mine. From just the fact that she was breeding everything, and like how world breeding like doesn't make sense like it does in Pokemon. Like it's something they do need to work on. So it's like two random pals can make a completely random third pal. Like there's no rhyme, no reason. Yeah, because I think they were trying to differentiate themselves from Pokemon. Like, you know, Kingpen or whatever it is not an evolved form of Pingala. Like, you know, it's like they don't evolve. They're what they are. So there's no baby forms of them or anything. But it's weird that, like, yeah. See, I think they should have done what Digimon does, like a temporary change. You know, it's like a Pingullet. If you have one, then you can, you know, temporarily change him to a Kingpen.
Motherfucker, dude.
King, whatever it's called.
Dude, I heard that knee fucking hit as I fucking hit prone. Oh.
Crossbow schematic. No, leave that here.
I mean, if you and your wife gotta switch and play fucking Pokemon too, bro. Fucking, you need Viper. You need
Yeah, we restarting. Well, I'm restarting at least.
I restarted.
I
had Scarlet for like 2 years since it came out, and I played it for like fucking. And
I could not get into Scarlet. I could not.
I couldn't at first, but for some reason, this past playthrough, I kind of like genuinely enjoyed it.
Like, I like Sword and Shield, and I really like that you could change the look of your character in Sword and Shield. And then there's also the back of my head that just, it irks me beyond belief that they got rid of one of the better systems that actually worked in the last game. Which was making your character... Yeah, which was like dressing up your character the way you wanted them. Because like I always do like the water Pokemon. Like to me, it's like it's like a personal water Pokemon challenge.
And then you wear all fucking
Like water Pokemon stuff. Like
drip.
yeah, you look like a water Pokemon trainer, and then this one was like
I wear dragon stuff.
yeah, but it was just like school uniform, you know, strict stuff, and it was just like eh.
Also, that bitch in the Mona looking at my character hella weird for being probably like 6 years older than my character.
Bro, she's like 8. Looking at fucking like a 9-year-old.
She's like, oh shit.
Like
10, remember? The Pokemon rule, you're 10. You have to be 10 before you can enter a Pokemon League. That, yeah. It does not. But no.
Guys, we're gonna try out another gun that I literally have never used before.
But like, she likes it. It's just, every time I think about playing it, it's just, my brain just goes, but you could spend your time playing anything else. You have a computer.
Yeah, I got really into Scarlet some days, like,
Dude, there are some days where I'm just like, I don't want to do anything. Like my girl's like, oh, you want to do this? And I'm like, honestly, no. I just want to fucking relax and do nothing.
but I'll say
I want to be a vegetable.
like breeding, really good in Scarlet. Fucking the raid battles are really good. Unless you play online, people are like fucking retarded for some reason. I don't get it.
Oh yeah, I have done the like I'll every once in a while to appease my wife I will play with her for a little bit. And I'll play and you know get in. We'll do some raids and stuff. I do like how they changed the raids because that was one thing that just like screwed Sword and Shield. There'd be some partners Yeah, we're because there would just be some you're like, well, I guess we lost, and like it was as soon as you started, you knew.
If Cottony got fucking going, you could not stop Cottony because Cottony would just use the fucking healing effect, and you literally would not be able to deal enough damage to Cottony to be able to knock it out before the fucking raid rounds ended.
I was thinking more of the fucking Pokemon that kept using helping hands. Like, do a goddamn attack. Like, do anything other than helping hands. And it's just so and so used helping hands. It's like, my god, fucking use anything other than helping hands.
Dude.
Like it was just like bad when stuff had just got into that helping hands routine. It was just like, holy shit. Every once in a while we'd end up in like a routine where it was like 2 or 3 Pokemon were doing helping hands, and it's just like, somebody fucking kill me.
Fucking Japanese lettering for your name, I expect you to be pretty.
Yeah.
Why are you bringing a fucking Doreed into a 7-star terror raid? I'm like, why am I the only one doing damage? We all have to do damage.
Yeah, it's like you knew this was going to be a water type. Why did you bring a ground type? Yeah, well, I mean, that's not even that bad. Because some water types can deal electric. But it'd be like, you brought a ground type. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you brought clearly the weaker type.
Right, and then they
Yeah.
That shit always piss me off when you have like one dude who's just non-stop fucking dying.
Yeah.
Especially Sword and Shield, where they're now sitting on the fucking sideline cheering you on. You're like, shut the fuck up, because now you're just making this turn take 6 times longer.
You're thinking in your head.
Yeah.
I used to do fucking. I'll tell you the one thing about Sword and Shield. So I was telling fucking Buck about this a while ago. I don't think I've told many people about this. I used to do fucking raid hosting for people on Sword and Shield.
Yep.
So like I would host raids that were like, you come into this raid, you are guaranteed a shiny Gigantamax or whatever Pokemon. Like you could tell me, like we used to have votes for people like, yo, what Pokemon do you guys want to see as like the next raid? And like we'd go get it set up by the next time. Like the next stream was like 2 or 3 days later. We always did. And then by the time like the next raid was up, we had the next, you know, fucking ready to go. We're going back in customs, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to put a fucking hold on. But like, fucking dude, we used to host it. We used to have the most incompetent people. Like we would tell them, listen, we are leaving the raid because if we don't leave the raid, we'll lose the Pokemon. Like from like what you would do is you power it off, like your game off, and then put it right back on like immediately after.
You know what I
The
would
raid
do?
would persist. So like as long as you did it right when the raid spawned in, but before the first round started, you kept the Pokemon. Like the raid was still there. Everyone could beat it, capture it, and you were good. So like we would start it, and people would get pissed at us because they wouldn't fucking listen or read. It's like we would tell people, bring this Pokemon or bring this type of Pokemon. As long as it is above this level, you will be fine. I would go in usually as like a second person on people who are like, hey, listen, I don't have any Pokemon like that could do this. This is my second account. I'm just trying to get it for my wife or my kid or whatever it might be. I would be like, cool, I'll fucking stay in the raid. I'll hop in, move to take a raid with one shorter person. I'll beat the fuck out of it and like 2-shot it because I had everything max level because of how many Gigantamax raids we did. You would get so many XL candies.
How broken it is if you take with like amazing stats, you train it, and then you change its terror type to steel. Bro, it has no weaknesses besides dragon, but it's only a 1-time weakness.
Let me just make sure my shit's saved, and then I'll literally take a photo of it here and send it to you guys to show you how fucking saved my adventure so far.
Did you make it far enough echoes to for the stellar type?
Yeah. Or not in my game, but I've seen it in my wife's game.
Dude, I have a stellar type Lugia.
Yeah.
He's got the trait on him where if he's at full health, you only do like fucking 10
Yeah, I think my favorite Pokemon that I've ever had was
Pikachu.
no. Actually, I did have Special Pikachu Edition growing up.
So, just to put this into perspective, by the way, I just loaded up Sword and Shield for the first time in years. My party consists of all level 100s, shiny Charizard, shiny Gigantamax Charizard, Appleton, Inteleon, Rotom, Steelix, and Glade, all shinies. And then if I go to my boxes, I have a giveaway box filled with Bisharps, Clangs, Heatmores, Cubones, fucking Silver Fox, Ninetales, Centiskorches, Sharps. I have every fucking type of Ditto from every different, like, language. Someone is probably Sniper Scav, just ignore him. Every different language type of Ditto you can imagine, because that was what you needed to fucking, do, like, proper, what's it called? I don't know, she just fucking
Really fun thing. You make like it's shiny, but it's just barely burst. It's not like
When can you see when I'm hitting?
Hi. There you go.
Oh, guess what? I forgot to again.
What? Nah, Elbozo. So, like, I have all shinies that, like, so I have a Japanese Mew that's shiny, I have Flapple, fucking Magikarp, Charmeleon. Dude, I have so many fucking shinies, it's not even funny. And this is only my box of shinies that I've personally, like, gotten. I'm not counting any shinies that, like, I do, dude. That's what I'm probably gonna end up doing. I'm gonna end up shiny breeding.
But
Alright, Jirashala's here.
I mean, it's like,
In fucking 3-story.
you know, it's like my
You know what floor?
Bottom floor.
Oh,
the
darn it.
group
Hold on.
play,
I'm going in second floor.
is really fun for Scarlet and Violet. I'll say that. I joined some weirdos on Reddit, as I didn't like them. The gameplay was actually fun.
That you who just walked in?
Yeah, I'm up.
Are you on second floor?
Yeah, I'm on second floor. Going downstairs.
I mean, it's like
Second floor of 3-story?
If-
Hold on, guys. 1 second. Tom. Alright, hey, I'm out the front door. Hey, it's me. Yeah, it's to your right, to your right, and to your left, to your right, and to your left.
And to my left?
Yeah.
You grenade left.
Rashala's to your right, Rashala's to your right, Rashala's to your right.
About one?
Was that, did you get Rashala?
Nope.
He's in that room then.
Got Rashala? Ow.
That was me.
I think. Was it you?
No, I wasn't. I got better trigger control than that. You crossed over, and I fucking held my fire for like 30 seconds, dude. It's like, I'm not shooting this fucker in the back of the forehead. I've done that one too many times. Alright. Fill your kills. I killed a couple of them. Feel free to eat them. I don't care. I'm gonna go loot fucking... How many more uses do I have of this? 5 more uses of marksman. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Let's check. Regular live speed card, wow. FN57, wow. Ocean ammo, bayonet.
Actual Powell's been doing. I heard they have the arena.
Oh, did they have the arena?
You think they're gonna win the lawsuit?
so it's up in the air. It really depends.
But I don't think
Oh, comms. I hear voices. Inside?
I'm patching up.
I mean,
Did they have the arena, Packers?
I don't know. Yeah, they've added. I'm just not there yet.
it's been updated.
I also don't play on multiplayer servers, so I have no idea.
That's the
Uh,
way to get your fucking shit.
I mean, it's like I tried playing multiplayer, and I was just gonna like make a tavern. Anybody could come and go and do whatever, you know, free food, whatever. And just hackers kept blowing it up. But that was also like when the game came out. I was just like, ah, fuck it. I'll just play a single player.
So many dudes. Are you
We
coming
had a
down?
password
Behind you, behind you.
that a
There's a
hacker
couple dudes down there.
and he stole like 3 or 4 people's faces
Bleeding.
by like force joining their group, and it kind of just killed the server.
Yeah,
To close this door?
No.
Door over here I can close? No, there isn't.
No, there is a door over there, yeah, but
I think they've
a door here.
I think they've mitigated it somewhat. Like all of the console commands are pretty much disabled now. So it's like even if you're playing a single player game, you can't even access the console commands. Basically, like they just like gutted all of the.
You're getting shot through the window.
Yeah, it was scary because after a couple people got hacked, I kept my best pals on me.
Well, it's like the safest place for your PAL was actually in your PAL box. Because your PAL box is unique to your player ID. Other people can't access it. Not even the admin of a server. They could delete your character, but they can't delete your PAL box. So they would have to delete you.
Yeah.
But
Oh, but yeah, Viper, I'm trying to convince my wife to pick Pokemon back up. Did you see the Legend C to A coming out?
Yeah, dude, I'm kind of excited for another. I'm excited for another Arceus styled game. That is my thing. I loved Arceus because I thought it did something that no other Pokemon game did.
I think that's
Like-
the direction that all Pokemon games are going.
they should. Because like you,
Should involve. I think here's my thing. I think
I
Power
didn't
World
I didn't like
hopefully.
the quest. I didn't like the questing in Arceus because I feel like it's very fucking confusing. Especially for someone who like drinks as much as me, Pokemon is much easier to like figure out.
I hope they take Arceus and they build upon it. Like, I hope Power World lit a fire up their ass and showed them, hey, listen, you're not the only ones in this market anymore. You have to start fucking doing better.
it'll depend.
Fucking game.
It depends on if they win the lawsuit, then it won't be. The next Arceus series game will be just as shitty as the last Pokemon game. Maybe as good as the last Arceus, but it won't be better. Because if they win this lawsuit, they've killed all competition in Japan, and that's where 99.9% of these games come from.
We're
So,
going to fucking head to.
Kind of walking behind you.
yeah, so they'll sit there just trying to, like, it's like all the lawsuit stuff of like they're only suing for like $65,000.
What? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like 8 million yen, which converted to USD is like $65,000. Because what they're trying to do is set legal precedent. They're trying to create legal precedent. That way they can have an easier time later on other lawsuits to be like, hey, yeah, so we already, we filed a patent, so it's like they could literally look at any game. Hell, they could just turn their attention to, like, say, Capcom, like, you know what? Yeah, we patented using a firearm in an open world video game. Well, this game's already been out. Yeah, but see this other lawsuit that we settled over here where we won, and it was ruled in our favor that even though we did that, it was legal for us to do that. So we're going to be suing you now. And it creates a snowball effect, and that's what, if the judge who's overseeing the case is smart, will foresee. And like, there's a lot of people who
Oh my god.
Um,
Yeah, I got it.
It just sucks because Pokemon is like a staple.
yeah, like I was telling them earlier, I told Viper, like, I told my wife, like, until this lawsuit stuff is settled, we're not spending any money on anything Nintendo. Like, I get it, you want Pokemon for Christmas or a new controller for your Switch, it ain't happening. Like, it's not happening.
I'm literally about to enter. I'm gonna go clear this place the fuck
It just
out.
kind of sucks because it's
Yeah.
cold-hearted bastards.
Yeah. Like, they protect that IP religiously. But the thing is, like, I would have understood a trademark infringement lawsuit, but no, you can't sue something, somebody because it's like a Pokemon based on Anubis looks like a creature based on Anubis. Like, there's certain character things that are intrinsic to that idea. Or if you make a monster based on a frog, it's gonna look like a frog. Like there's not a whole lot of variation. Or a monster based on a squirrel. There's only so many variations of that. And lawsuits have been raised in the United States on those grounds, and they've been dismissed because it's like you cannot patent or trademark a basic idea. Like you can't trademark or patent a squirrel. Somebody else can make a squirrel. It's like and intrinsic things to them, like a squirrel logically flowing would be a grass type or something like that, or some whatever, earth type, or whatever the fuck your particular game calls it. That's an intrinsic thing because yeah, squirrels live in trees. They don't live underground, they don't fly through the air, they don't live in the water, they live in trees. They're going to be a plant type of some kind, whatever it is. That's an intrinsic thing to a squirrel.
You run down somewhere?
Yeah, I'm in Rochelle's like sex room, I call it.
And so there was no angle they could make.
Were you playing it on metal?
Oh, I just got hit with something. Oh, shoot, there's a dude up here.
I'm coming up. Yeah, I'm coming up.
I just noticed what time it is. Yeah, it's almost 3 a.m., so I'm going to be ending the stream here. I do want to say thanks to everybody tuning in to watch. Hopefully, like we saw, if you want to see more, don't forget to follow. I should be streaming tomorrow. I don't know how to stream. Maybe more Star Wars Outlaws. Played Star Wars tonight. I know played Powered for a little bit today. Talking to Viper got me wanting to play it.
He's down below.
But yeah, so I played that for a little bit. Anyway, y'all have a good night, and thanks for watching.